Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. This week we will be reviewing Ghatti and his robot of Cobra 1.0. He recently released Cobra 2.0, but what I found a bit sketchy was that he was still selling Cobra 1.0 like the week before he started selling Cobra 2.0. So right here you can see he was still advertising it on the 28th of March, and Cobra 2.0 came out on April the 4th. So my question is, if you knew that you had this newer version of the robot coming, why would you still be advertising your previous robot a few days earlier? Another thing that I would like to discuss relating to Ghatti is the fact that he likes to make his products seem very scarce and that they are the best in Africa. So right here we can see that one of his previous robots, he said it was voted the best Forex robot in Africa, the Power Nasdaq robot. And as you'll see in other posts, he does the same thing but with Cobra 1.0. So in Cobra 1.0 he has chosen to say that it's Africa's only fully automated dual platform robot, meaning that it works both on MetaTrader 5 and MetaTrader 4. But if we go to a previous post relating to the Power Nasdaq best Forex robot in Africa, we'll see that it's available on MetaTrader 4 and MetaTrader 5 as well. So unless he has discontinued the Power Nasdaq robot, then Cobra 1.0 is not the only dual platform robot in Africa. I'd also like to address when he says that Power Nasdaq is the best Forex robot in Africa. So with just one Google search, we are able to see what the best robots in Africa are. So if we click on the SA Shares website, you can see the list over here that they have chosen, and nowhere on this list is any of Ghatti's robots. So what you're thinking is that might just be one website that hasn't chosen his robot to be on theirs. So I have gone through other websites, and on none of these lists are any of Ghatti's robots. So on to Cobra 1.0. So this robot was promoted as having a 40% weekly return, and we will see if it lives up to that. So right here we have a video of him backtesting Cobra 1.0 in MetaTrader 4, and as you can see he's using open bars only, since the bars are replaying one at a time without any ticks. And if you look closely enough, you will see that he's using the 5-minute time frame to backtest this robot. So that's where we are going to start. So as you can see in that video, he was backtesting Cobra 1.0 on the 5-minute time frame with open prices only selected. And these are the standard settings of the robot. I have changed the lot size to 0.01 just to see what it would do on a smaller account. So except for the lot size, everything else is standard as I have received it. So right now we are just running the robot for the past 2 months and seeing if it's able to turn a profit. So if you look at the results generated by Cobra 1.0 in the past 2 months, you will see that it is a negative. And this might have just been because the video that John showed was only a demonstration. So I did need to do some backtesting for myself, and when I did backtest it, I found that the 1-minute time frame for most of the major pairs works better than the 5-minute time frame, and it must be backtested on every tick. So right now you can see that it's on the 1-minute time frame. All the settings are exactly the same like before, and it's now set to every tick. So now with the backtest done, we can look at what the results are. So the results are now a $9 profit with a $16 drawdown. This is not the best, but it's a lot better than the initial loss that was suffered during the first backtest. To just speed up the process of backtesting, I will now optimize everything. But to show you that it's the same whether it's optimized or not, I'll be running the same backtest again. So now as you can see, we still have the $9 profit and the $16 drawdown. Now we'll just be backtesting other pairs and showing the results of those. So for GBP USD we have $26 and $17 of drawdown. What I have noticed is that the GBP pairs are the best performing, along with the pairs that have USD in front. So GBP USD and USD JPY and USD CAD had the best results. For USD JPY, we can see that we have an $11 profit with an $8 drawdown. But if we take a look at something like Euro JPY, you'll see that there is a drawdown of $3 and a profit of minus $1, meaning that on these settings the robot did make a loss with Euro JPY. The loss just means that you'll have to backtest and see which pairs that this robot does work with. This is the USD CAD backtest, and as you can see we have $15 profit and $11 drawdown. So in these backtests, using the settings that I found, the robot does make a profit in aggregate when you're only using the major pairs, and the major pairs are from GBP USD to GBP JPY. So when you are using all of these pairs at once, you will be generating a profit based on the 1 minute time frame backtest that I've done. When it comes to how the robot actually works, it only places a few trades. It doesn't trade using any martingale or hedging strategy, so there is a separate strategy in the background, and since it comes with its very own indicator, I assume that this is what it bases its trades off of. What I have noticed is that it doesn't trade during low volume periods, and it does trade during higher volume periods like over here. As you can see, when we open up the settings of the robot, the stop loss is set at 450 pips. It's 45 here, but it translates to 450 pips. But the take profit is only about half of this, meaning that for every one loss you have to make 2 wins to make it up, and I don't really agree with that sort of strategy. And if you go to the backtest of Euro USD on the 1 minute time frame where we had that $9 profit, you will see why I don't agree with these sort of strategies. It makes a profit of around $2 for every profitable trade, and it makes a loss of around $4 for most of the other trades. So as you can see, the profit is now steadily increasing until 1020, and then after a few losses the profit does decrease quite rapidly all the way down to $9. So this is why risk management even in a robot is very good to have. So if I was to give this robot a rating out of 10, it would be a 6 out of 10 with the correct settings, but if you're using it on the default settings, I would only give it a 4 out of 10 since you're bound to make a loss with those settings. The robot is able to generate a profit, so that's why the rating I'm giving it is above a 5, but it doesn't seem like something that would make you rich very quickly, and it does have a lot of drawdown, so I assume that if I ran this at any other period, so for a year backtest, it might come out as a different result. But for now the rating will still stand at a 6 out of 10 since the amount of profits we have gained through this backtesting has been more than the losses. So the way to get this robot is by going into the scalping strategy video that I posted last week and going into the description and then clicking on the Cobra 1.0 drive. From there you will be taken to my Google Drive where you can install the expert advisor, which is Cobra 1.0, and the accompanying indicator that I showed you during the backtest. You need both of these files in your indicator folder and your expert advisor folder for this robot to work. Thanks for watching this week's video. Have a nice day. Goodbye.